DJ's Boo Breakfast.
Good morning, Alick! Welcome to the DJSBU Breakfast! Woo! Welcome!
Morning, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So let's get straight into it. I mean, tell us about Alick. Who are you and where are you from?
Okay, as you mentioned, Alick Chingapi. I'm originally from Malawi, grew up in Zimbabwe, and then moved to South Africa about 10 years ago to start my university career. I went to Rhodes for my undergrad from 2007 till 2009. Then got a job, and the job, one of the conditions was that I take up honors at WITS. So took up honors while working full-time, 2011 to 2012. And then after that, I was extremely happy that I didn't have to learn. But then the bug had caught me. So after like 2 years not studying, I went back to school at University of Pretoria from 2014 to 2015. That's me in a nutshell. Some of the things I like to do is to travel, read books, write. Yeah, pretty relaxed guy.
You focus more in finance, in the finance sector.
Yes, so in a nutshell, we are the guys that businesses will call up when they need capacity. So
Sure.
if let's say a bank wants to do a project on, they want to bring a new banking app, for example, let's say Capitec, they want to bring a banking app. Their team might not have the necessary skills or the time to do it. So they'll bring in maybe 4-6 guys, and our mandate will be like, okay guys, we want to deploy a mobile banking app, please show us the way. So my job would then be to actually sit with the team, understand the customer's needs, the customer being them, the team, and work with their developers or whatever to bring this solution up, this app out. So we come in when a team needs capacity or, when they don't have the skill set.
Now, you mentioned earlier on that you were born in Malawi, grew up in Zimbabwe as well, and then came to South Africa. Now, that sounds like you've experienced a lot of different countries and a lot of different regions. But as I know as well, you've traveled a lot. So tell me a bit more about your travels.
At the beginning of last year, I took about 5 months off work.
Okay.
And I booked a one-way ticket to Egypt. And then when I got to Egypt, I made my way down from Egypt. It took about 4 months to get back here to South Africa using public transport.
Now, tell me, why the decision to use public transport for that?
One, money, but two, there's a certain feel to being on a plane and staying in airports and all that. I don't think you get to meet the normal man on the street. So I decided to use public transport. One, I'm extremely comfortable with public transport. I've grown up using that form of transport, and I'm not too scared of being in a foreign country and having to hitchhike or having to find a train station and find my way from point A to point B. And it would be more affordable. And I felt, you get to see more of the country if you're on the ground than, flying from point A to point B.
And from that grew a book.
Yes.
Tell me about the book.
A lot of the books that I found were by Westerners who had come to Africa and, spent 3 months in Africa and, they had this narrative about Africa. So I decided that I was going to share my narrative from an African perspective, an African traveling in Africa and sharing that story. And that's why even when I was traveling, I would take videos, take pictures, take notes. And from that, when I came back, came a book, because I honestly want a narrative being written by an African about how Africa is. I didn't like even the titles, the book titles that you'd get about Blood River, Dark Continent, Dark Africa. I'm like, no, I don't know, maybe from a historical perspective, they refer to us as the Dark Continent one, maybe because we're the last ones to be civilized according to the definition, or because, it's full of black people. Either way, I didn't like that narrative. So, I decided to go look for my own story and see Africa through my eyes.
And the title of your book is?
Through a Black Iris.
Just in wrapping up, what are some of the current projects that you're working on, and where can people get a hold of you?
Well, you can get hold of me on Twitter. My handle is @gingerbackstock, or Instagram.
Gingerbackstock.
Yes.
Why?
I love Japanese anime and manga, and one of my favorite characters is called Gingerbackstock, and was very different from the image I portray.
Right.
Yeah, so Currently, at the place I'm working at, we're working on government projects. So we are trying to help identify individuals and to help pay out grants, but not in South Africa. In some other African countries, we're trying to help governments be able to identify individuals and pay those individuals the grants that they are due.
And creatively, any other books that we can expect anytime soon, or do you have to take another trip?
Hopefully, I'm gonna take another trip this time into West Africa. But right now, I'm working on a fiction. Yes, I'm still thinking up of the full narrative, but I'm hoping to work on a fiction about a man, still deciding the character, male or female, who travels into South Africa from a different country. And you know what? They came here hoping for the greener pastures, but then life becomes real when they arrive here.